guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to be bringing you my Face Awards top 12 look for the Cyberpunk challenge. Today we are going to be transforming ourselves into a fierce android warrior. So just to save time, I have already off camera painted my face completely white with the NYX SFX cream paint. And here I am taking the pigment in Froyo. It has a really light pinky purple tint to it, and I'm going to be setting the cream paint with this pigment because we really want our android to have a nice shine. And of course we have to have a super fierce highlight for this look, so I am taking this shadow in the shade Tin, and wow, this highlight is popping, I must say. So I'm throwing that all over the high points of the face as always. And then here I'm just taking a bit more of that shadow and I am popping that on the inner corner of the eye just to add some shine there. And for this next part, I'm going to be mixing two of the NYX Vivid Bright cream colors. I'm taking the pink one and then the really light lavender color, and I'm mixing them together. And here I'm just going to be creating a design on the outer part of the android. So I'm going to be doing one of those around the eye. And basically I'm just creating some shapes that go in kind of like a circular pattern. So I'm just taking the cream colors on an angled brush and I'm slowly just going along and making sure the edges are really sharp. And then I am going to be taking that down from the forehead as well. So just kind of creating like a block shape, but then with a curve to it. So I wanted our android to have some kind of design to it, but I didn't want it to overpower the rest of the stuff we're going to be adding to this look, so that's why I chose to add it in this really soft pastel color. And this is not going to be symmetrical by any means, so you can just kind of add them to wherever you would like on the face. And then once I have the bigger part of that design done, I'm going around the outside and I'm adding some thinner lines. And then once you're done with that, you can take some of the same cream color and just add it to just beside where we put the silver shadow. So along the inner corner as well, but going further into the eye. And we are going to be using this product a lot in this look. This is the NYX Matte Liquid Liner. It's one of my favorite NYX products, and we are going to be using this to draw out the panels on the android. So I'm just starting here from the forehead, and then I'm working my way out. So for these lines, just make sure they are as symmetrical as possible. I mean, you don't have to be perfect, but just go really slow and take your time to make sure you're getting them as straight as you can. For when I do really detailed work, I will take my other hand to steady the hand that I'm painting with because my hands get super shaky, so I always use that technique or else my lines would come out super wobbly. And definitely the most important part about doing these panels is making sure the lines are parallel to each other, or else it's going to look a little bit wonky because we really want to look like we are a machine and we are not human. So that is the vibe we are going for. So I'm just doing these along the forehead and then I'm slowly bringing them down towards the cheek area. And for the part on the cheeks here, I'm really just rounding that out. And then at the end there, I'm just going to bring it down even further and then go in towards the chin to kind of create another panel there. But you can obviously do as many lines as you want. I just kind of added them until I felt like it was complete. And then taking one along the middle of the cheek. And yeah, just keep looking back and forth at both sides of the face just to make sure that you can get them as even as possible. And then I'm going to bring a couple lines down from the forehead and then connect them right to the inner corner of the eye there. And then going in with a little bit of color to our android, I'm taking my favorite palette, which is the NYX Ultimate Shadow Palette in Brights. And I'm just taking the fuchsia shade in that palette and I am lightly adding that to the inner and outer corner of the eye, and then just take a fluffy brush and really soften that. And I'm also going to be smoking that out underneath as well. So I went with this shade so it would kind of match with the pink that we already have going on the face. And then I'm going to be contouring the nose a little bit with that same shade. And I wanted to add a little bit more color to the cheek area, so from that curved line we have, I'm just taking more of that fuchsia and I'm kind of just blending it outwards along the line, and I'm doing that a little bit on the panel on the forehead as well. And to add a little bit of more dimension to the forehead, I am taking that same shadow and I'm just blending that along the temple hairline area, and I also shaded the jawline with that as well. And then any area that your skin is going to be showing, you will want to paint white, so that is what I did to my neck, chest, and shoulders. And to make the body cohesive with the face, we're going to be adding those same kind of circular panel shapes that we did on the face. So just kind of do those in random areas. Again, it doesn't have to be symmetrical. Just going slowly and making sure to get those lines nice and crisp. And you can always go in with some more white face paint if you mess up, and you can just kind of clean them up that way. And then we're going to be drawing more panels along the neck area. So again, using the liquid liner, just go really nice and slow, get the lines as nice as you can. Mine are definitely far from perfect, but just try your best. And I knew what costume I was going to be wearing for this, obviously, so I didn't cover my entire neck because I knew where the costume was going to sit on me, so I avoided those areas. So you can vary the shapes and sizes of the panels that you do. I did mostly squares, but I also threw a couple triangles in there as well. So just keep it really geometric and just really sharp looking. So going in with a Raven shadow, which is a dark gray, I'm adding a couple little details along the forehead. So I just took a fine brush to add those, and then I'm going around the rectangles in the matte black liner, and then I'm adding a little dot in the center. And for some highlight, I'm taking the NYX liquid liner in white and just place that along any line that you want to pop out a little bit more. And then taking some gray face paint, I just mixed the SFX paint in white and black together. And I'm just doing that in a couple designs that I wanted to look kind of like the inside of a computer chip, because we are part computer. And I made these little tiny circles out of Sculpey clay, just to look like some screws and bolts that are holding our android self together. And I did those in a couple varying sizes. And switching to the lips here for a moment. Sorry, I'm a little bit out of frame here, but I'm taking this black macaron lippy and I am just applying that to the lips because I wanted some darker aspects to this look. I kind of wanted to mix some pastel colors with some darker colors, so I felt like having a dark lip kind of balanced that out well. And I was just having a day here where I could not get my lipstick right, so it took me a minute to get this on. And I'm taking the Froyo pigment we used earlier for the face, and I tapped that on the center of the lips to make them look more metallic and to really pop. And then I am darkening a couple of the panels. I am just filling them in with black. I actually used a liquid lipstick here. This is the NYX Liquid Suede Lip in Alien. And I'm just taking that on a small flat brush, and I'm really carefully just going inside those panels and completely covering them in. And then I went ahead and filled in a couple on the neck as well. I didn't do them symmetrically, I just did them kind of random, because I didn't want them to match. And then just continuing on gluing a couple more of those little bolts on. And then I decided I wanted to do my eyes to be more asymmetrical, so I'm drawing another panel just above my left eye and then connecting it to the outer corner, and I'm just going to be filling that in with the NYX SFX black face paint. And then once you've got that all filled in, just make sure that you set it with a black eyeshadow. Since it is on our lid, it will crease quite a bit if you don't set it. And then I felt like the eyes needed a little something more, so I just did a line going out from the inner corner towards the nose area. And I'm taking this silver pigment on the other eye, and I'm going to be popping that on the lid just to make sure that this eye really has that nice metallic finish to it. And then I am doing a really basic liner on that eye, just a nice thin line with the matte black liquid liner. And then go ahead and add some mascara. Make sure your lashes are really blacked out on the eye that has the black panel, because we want it to look super dark. And on that eye I did end up smoking out some liner on the bottom lashes, and then make sure you fill in your waterline on the top as well. And then I'm just doing the lash on the one eye, because I felt like the eye with the black panel on it didn't really need it, because you wouldn't really be able to see it anyways. And last but not least, don't forget to eat a snack, because you're going to be hungry after this, but careful not to mess up that lipstick. And here's the completed look with the contacts in. I did a white mesh contact on one side and then a black sclera on the other. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you think that I deserve to move on to the top 6 of the Face Awards and compete to be Beauty Blogger of the Year, then please vote for me. I will need all the help I can get. All of the information for the voting will be down in the description box below. Thank you so much for all of your love and all of your support, and I'll see you in my next video. Awesome.